Hello and welcome. My name is Anastasia Zatula, and I thought I will make this video, take a break from relationships, and will share with you my secrets to manifesting. As you know, I am a Reiki master and NLP master, so I love to learn, study, and work with energy and with mind. And the main reason why I want to do that, why anybody would do that, is because you have a liberty of design in your own life. And ideally, we should do it all the time. So every day you should do something towards your new life, towards the life that you want to have, towards maybe a relationship, maybe you work in a relationship right now, maybe you own money or something like that. So I obviously don't just keep my energy so perfect for just because I want to use my energy and my mind to design the life that I want. And right now I live the life that I want. I'm not in ideal life where I want to be, but very, very close. So I will share with you what I do every day, almost every day. And maybe this will help you to implement them. Some manifesting techniques in your life. You see, it's one thing to sit for an hour and meditate. I mean, sometimes people don't have time for that. I mean, I do, because this is kind of my job. I work with other people's energy. I need to make sure mine is perfect. So, but I understand when somebody tells, well, Anastasia, I don't have this much time to do all this, to do the meditations, even though I advise everybody to do my meditations on YouTube. I understand. So I will give you 5 manifesting tricks that I use every day that do not require really that much time. None of this, I don't think. And all they need is basically focus, strong energy, and the right mindset. That's all they need. And you don't even need to be in a specific place or specific kind of environment. All you need to do is just be disciplined with yourself for that moment or for that few moments or something. What are those? I will give you 5 of mine that I'm using all the time. I thought about it for like a few days, and I'm like, I should put those that I actively use myself, and I tell my clients about them too frequently. I do hope they use as well, and it helps me. The first one is intention. You see, there is a strong belief that if we don't put intention on every single action we do in our life, that action will not count, kind of. I don't know whether it makes sense. Like, for example, when I wake up, I make myself tea, and then I make myself breakfast. I put an intention, something like, this breakfast, I'm making this breakfast, and it's perfect for my body. All the nutrients are absorbed, and I'm feeling great after my breakfast, like that. I don't do it every day, I wouldn't lie, but I do most of the time. Like when I go to sleep, and if you listen to my meditation to set yourself for healing and rejuvenating, I do that almost every night. Every night, basically, I program my body to heal itself, to become healthier, to become younger, to become slender. I mean, everything that I want. And if you want to do that, you can do it. I have the meditation on YouTube. I will put it in this video. But you need to put intentions not on these things, but on anything. So for example, you go for a walk and you're like, okay, I'm going for a walk, and in this walk I will have some bright idea, or I will be able to connect to my heart while I'm walking, or I will meet somebody great or something. So it's not really, ideally we should do it on every action. I'm recording this video, so I will be able to put it on YouTube, and my listeners will have something to listen on Friday, on Black Friday, while they're shopping, and it would bring them, it will benefit them. So for everything, you see, even if you're watching a movie, let there be something, some kind of intention in that. Like me, for example, sometimes I watch a movie and I give myself an intention. I will be inspired by something in this movie, and I'm often am. Now, if I don't put the intention, then I'm just like, okay, I will watch a movie and that's it. You see, our mind needs some kind of tasks. If you don't give them tasks, the mind will find tasks. So why not to give your mind the right task that you want it to do? So intention is crucial for everything. Try to do it for at least the important things in your life. For example, you start in a new business, and you not just, okay, let me open this coffee shop and see how it will go. No, this is wrong. You open the coffee shop and you tell yourself, I'm opening this coffee shop in the next 3 months, it's going to be super popular. In the next half a year, I will pay off everything that I invested, and in the next year, I'm surplus, I'm not sure, $50,000 in profit. Like that. So you put the intention and the mind start working hard. If you will decide, well, let me open and see how it will go, chances are 50-50. It might go good, it might go bad, depending on your dominant thoughts. So why not to put the intention on anything important that you do? Put the intention. Like I make sure that I put intention when I go on dates, when I meet with significant people in my life, when I meet with my clients. Obviously, I put intention. When I have like a serious conversation ahead of me, I even call on archangels for that. What else do I put intention on? When I take a trip. So before I came to Turkey, I had an intention for Turkey. Before that, I was in Italy. I had intention for Italy, and usually my intentions are done because my mind is looking for that. Because in the back of my mind, I have, okay, so I need to do this and this and this while I'm here. You know, we need to somehow schedule the time for all of that. What else you can do? You can put intentions on your future somewhat. So for your birthday, for example, you put intention for the whole year. Or new moon is coming up on Sunday or Monday, I don't remember. Put the intention for the new moon. Ideally, you should do it for everything in your life, so your life wouldn't be just flowing, but everything should be purposeful, so to say. And I do it. I don't do it for everything, I wouldn't lie, but at least 2-3 times a day I put an intention onto something. I mean, I do it before I go to sleep, before food usually, depending. Obviously, if I'm going somewhere, if I'm meeting with somebody, if I'm with the client, so I do it at least 3-4 times a day regularly. That is the first one. Intention, strong intention. This is how it should be. You basically tell yourself, I'm doing this and this would happen. So I'm going for a walk, and while I'm walking, I will get some bright idea for my business. So I will connect to my heart and I will feel super loved. Or I'm going for a walk and somebody will say something nice to me, like or I'm going for a walk and somebody will offer me free coffee, something like that. It always happens. This is the easy part. This is the easy kind of work. If you are starting a relationship with somebody, have the intention. You are a woman, so obviously you should have intention for this relationship. For example, you go on a date, put the intention. I'm going on a date and I know that this date will go smoothly. I will be admiring, respecting the guy, and he will be enamored by me, like that, something. So put the intention. All right, so the second one is I have a particular feeling about what I want to create. So I do this often. For example, I was not born in a wealthy family. I was born in a middle class kind of normal family, and so I don't really know what it is to be filthy rich. To the point that that it is a new feeling for me to receive money in large amounts, like unexpectedly, and I do right now. But it was not usual for me throughout my life. Why? Because my parents were regular workers and they were receiving salary once a month or twice a month, and that basically was the budget. So we as children were getting money with the same regularity. We would get something for birthday, we would get something for Christmas, for New Year, actually. So it was like this. You could not just expect money in the middle of a month just because something happened. So for me, it was not as easy to imagine that you can just go buy a lotto ticket and win a couple $1,000s, or you can just work and you get a bonus because you did good in sales. It was unusual for me. But once I start getting this feeling, I start recreating it. So this is what I do. I recreate the feeling, the particular feeling that I want. For example, when you get a bonus and you didn't expect the bonus, let's say $10,000, you feel like unexpected. Or let's imagine you get flowers, but you didn't expect, you didn't ask for them, but you hear ding ding, and then you go open the door and the guy's like, Anastasia, yes, I have a delivery for you. Okay, it's nice, and the feeling is again like unusual. So I would recreate feelings like this throughout the day, especially if the day is not too good, or maybe I'm moody or something went off, or I'm not sure. So I would recreate feelings like this. I would also recreate feelings when I'm I would not say in need of something, but when it didn't happen for a while. I remember I was still working, and I had the strike with the lotto tickets. I would buy, I would win, I would buy, I would win, and I was just going on and on and on. And I won a good amount, and then it kind of stopped. And it didn't happen again for like maybe 3 months. And I forgot the feeling when how it was when I was winning, and I start being in the feeling that I probably won't win again. So I started recreating that feeling when I was winning, and what do you think? I stayed like this, I think, for 20 minutes, and I bought a ticket and I won. Like, I think it was $4, but still it was a win. A win is a win. So I would recreate feelings like this. Or if I'm feeling that I've been neglected by a man, I would start recreating the feeling when I was with the man and he showed me how much he loves me, and he showed me how much he values me, and how, like, I would recreate that feeling. So this I do often. I can just sit, watch a movie and recreate the feeling. Like, that's rather easy for me. I probably won't be focusing much on the movie, but I still can recreate the feeling. I do that often, especially when I go for walks. I recreate the feeling. That could be anything. I remember a long time ago, I was walking on the street and I felt this kind of rush, like I felt very, very slender. I look good and everything, but that feeling when you feel like super slender, it doesn't come very often. And I remember I was just, my God, I'm so lucky. Finally, I'm so skinny. And I was not. It's just my waist was very, my whole belly was just so flat and so perfect that I felt, I felt on the top of the world. Really, it was just the shorts. They had a belt, and I don't know, it was just, but that moment, I remember it till now. I remember exactly where I was. I remember the time of the day. I remember where I was walking. And I remember that kind of like almost... like this vision came on me, and I'm like, this is so perfect. So anytime I don't feel my best self, when I feel like a little, maybe, there are certain times of the months when you don't feel your best, I would always remember that feeling, and I would remember those goosebumps when I felt like, my God, I'm so skinny. So I recreate that feeling a lot. What else do I recreate? I used to recreate feeling with my parents when I felt loved. I don't need to do that, it's constant now. I recreate the feeling when I get new clients. I don't get too many new clients. Most of my clients are the same, or they're recommended somehow. But when I get a client from somewhere, it's always like this, really? Not because not because it's hard to get clients. It's unusual to get somebody outside of my recommendation zone, so to say. So it's always recommendations, always somebody recommend me. And when it's somebody absolutely new, absolutely out of nowhere, I always feel this interesting feeling. So I do that. I also feel, recreate the feeling when I feel, so I don't like popularity too much. I don't like to be on the spot. I'm an introvert, and my moon is in Pisces, so I'm kind of in me. But sometimes I feel good when I'm on the spot, and it's a good spot or something like that. So sometimes I recreate that feeling because I know I need to go in this. I know I need to feel like that. I know I need to not be afraid of being public. I recreate that feeling as well. So find the feeling that you want and start recreating it again. I'm sure it happened. So yes, maybe you never had $1 million in your life yet, but you probably got here and there $100 unexpectedly. Start recreating that feeling, and who knows, $1 million will be right behind it. I'm telling you, it does work. If I wouldn't be as lazy, maybe maybe I would, I shouldn't be even talking like this about myself, but that's true. And I kind of maybe even proud about that. So if I would be a little more focused, a little more hardworking, so to say, on my mind and my energy, maybe I would recreate that feeling more and more and more. All right. The third one is the resourceful state. For the resourceful state, I have the whole video. I will put it in this in the description of this video. If you didn't watch it, please do watch it. The resourceful state is a particular state when you have what you want. So, for example, if let's imagine I want to have a husband and a kid. My God, I almost I'm so much opposite to that that even my skin reacted. But let's imagine I do want to get married, I want to have a child, I want to have this housewife experience, I want to have a Connecticut house, and all this. Let's imagine. So what do? I need to get into resourceful state of that person. What would that be? So I'm already married. I already have a, let's say, 3-year-old child. Let's say a boy. And here we are. Me and him are going Christmas tree shopping. So we're going to pick a Christmas tree. And this is my resourceful state. I'm already in the state. I don't need to think, how can I find the guy? How can I attract the guy? How can I get pregnant? How can I carry the child? I'm going to give the birth? I'm already in the state when this already happened. Or if I want to become a multimillionaire, my resourceful state would be, I already have in my investment accounts millions of dollars. And what are my decisions from there? Like, what would I do throughout the day? I probably will go see my financial advisor. I probably will look into maybe some properties to buy. Maybe I would renovate my place, or something like that. Where would I eat? What would I do? So I get myself in resourceful state. Not often, I wouldn't lie, but when I do, I do it good. So I would say usually in the evening or in the morning when I just woke up. So usually this is what happened. I sit on the couch, and I usually put my legs up, though, because feminine energy is horizontal, and yeah, that's something that I should have mentioned, but okay. And I would just imagine myself already in where I am. So I'm sitting on the couch in my penthouse somewhere where I would be. Let's imagine with an amazing view, with in some amazing building with all the amenities or something. And well, you don't really need to be together, but okay. So let's imagine, and I'm sitting there, and I'm feeling from that perspective that I'm already that person, that I have everything that I want, like that. And I would sit like this maybe for 15-20 minutes, depending. Yeah, sometimes for half an hour, sometimes I could sit for an hour. It depends on the date and my mood, I guess, and how creative my mind gets. I also wanted to mention, manifesting is always feminine. So even if these are men that I'm manifesting, it's always feminine. I should have said it in the beginning, but you see, masculinity is reactive, active and proactive and reactive. Everything was active. Why? Because if they want something, they go and get it. If I want to get, there is a baklava place, right? right outside my window. If I want to have something sweet, I will go and I buy it. This is masculine approach. Now, if I want to manifest it, I would sit and I would imagine how tasty it would be to eat baklava, and I would just imagine, I don't know, how it's delivered, and then maybe I don't know, maybe I met these neighbors, they're really friendly, they were already inviting me for a dinner, maybe they would bring me a baklava, something like that. So manifesting is always feminine. You see, femininity is inside and it's drawing towards it. Masculinity comes out and go and gets it. So femininity is all manifesting is always feminine. I should have said it in the beginning. All right, so you got it about the resourceful state. So we have intention. It's something you do in any action. even if this is not action, even if you're going to sleep or just lay on the couch, it's still you put an intention. Then you have you recreate a particular feeling that you do want to have. And the third one is the resourceful state. The resourceful state is really probably the core to manifest, and that's what everybody says. But I understand that not everybody can really get into the state, and sometimes instead of blaming yourself that you could not do it, maybe it would be good to do something else. The fourth thing that I do, and I do often, is this phrase: how can it get better than this? Now, if I win, let's say $4, let's not say $4, let's say $10,000. I mean, it's a good win, I wouldn't lie, I would have to pay taxes on it, but still it's a good win. But if I would react like, oh my God, I can't believe it happened to me, it's a stress on my mind, you see. It's like I'm showing my body that I'm not deserving of this, and this is some favor bestowed on me by the by the universe. Now, if I would say, well, how can it get better than this? I ground the feeling right away. So I ground those 10,000 right away. I'm not taking it for granted. I'm taking it as something that I deserve, you see? So if a guy brought you flowers, yeah, of course you're grateful. Yes, of course you're appreciative of him and the flowers, and you love the beautiful flowers. But don't act like you never got flowers in your life before. Even if you did, don't act still. And don't tell it in front of him, but tell to yourself, well, how can it get better than this? If you will say this phrase, you will feel the energy will flow all the way from around here, all the way down your spine and to your tailbone. That means it's grounded. Try it like this. You can actually, you don't need to wait for a particular event to happen. You can do it right away. I mean, you can go have a coffee in a beautiful place and with the view, and just tell yourself, oh my God, how can it get better than this? And you will see, you will be getting only the most amazing coffee shops from now on. I'm traveling right now, and I think the second or third place there was like a little park, and I would go for a run there, and it was just so amazing, you know, this park, the little birds, the cats, whatever. And I was telling myself, my God, how could it get better than this, you know? And since then, anywhere I go, there is a park where I can run, and in every place. And I never chose the place with the park. It just happened like this because I wanted to see how it can get better than this. The same, for example, with money. Somebody gifted you, I don't know, $500. So you accept it, you're grateful, thank you, you know, amazing. And then you tell yourself, how can it get better than this? So next time you don't have to wait for a year to get the $500. Maybe you will get it in the next couple of weeks. Maybe your man will decide to be generous and give you something for Christmas. Or maybe somebody else. Maybe your boss will bestow a Christmas bonus on you or something like that. I always say it. I always say this phrase, and this phrase, me and this phrase are the best friends. Or for example, if I'm very productive one day, which I don't really like to be too productive because I'm feminine, I don't like to be in this masculine kind of rush, I would tell myself, how can it get better than this? But I don't like the rush. I like the accomplishments, and my mind knows that. My mind appreciates when I have accomplishments, but doesn't like when I'm going crazy about something. Now, what else? Where else can you use? Maybe with your partner, you spending a beautiful evening together, and you're like, how can it get better than this? Or the intimacy is really intimate, really deep, and you're like, my God, how can it get better than this? Just feel the words. Don't just say them. Feel it. It will do two things to your mind. First of all, you acknowledge that it happened to you. That's not just a chance that suddenly in the middle of nowhere happened to you. It happened because you deserve it, and that's how it is. And the second thing, it grounds you in the feeling. And so it's not like you're, oh my God, it happened, probably never happen again. No, it will. It's normal. It just, now you want to see how it will get better than this. Why do I like this phrase? There are other phrases, obviously, that you can say, but why do I like this phrase so much? I will tell you. When I worked in finances, I had the clients that were wealthy, And what I liked about those clients is that they never really was thrilled about anything. They were never upset much about anything, but they were never super thrilled. They were taking everything as it is. So, like, for example, if I will tell them, you know, your investments, instead of 3%, yield 7%, they were like, oh, okay, good, nice, like this. And I understand why they were getting more and more money, because they wouldn't react like crazy, like it never happened to them, or like they don't deserve. They were taking it as it comes, and they were expecting it to get even better. And I really, really liked that about them. I really enjoyed working with them. I really enjoyed seeing this kind of poised behavior. And I never felt like, oh my God, what an ungrateful people. No, I never. I actually always felt much better than when I worked with those people who felt very unconfident, and they would be like, oh, thank you very much. They would almost worship me for nothing, you know, and then they would like, I mean, the thing what I want to say, it won't change my opinion about anybody, whether they're okay, that's good, or when they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. It's when they're more poised, I don't know, it feels like it's a normal thing for them, and you kind of admire them for that, doesn't it? And I always felt a special admiration for that, so to say. Now, when I started working and I started using this phrase first, I felt strange, but little by little I kind of got used to this, and now it really grounds me. I felt like you might feel in the beginning, like I was taking things for granted. I remember when I first got like a really good present from a guy, like really good. Probably at that time it was maybe $1,000 present, and you know, and my heart was like my whole energy was all over the place. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to look. I didn't know how to react. I wanted to jump, to run, to like, because it didn't happen to me before. Like I was always getting flowers, but a present that was costing something. It wasn't just like something for $100. It was something substantial. And I remember when I started saying this phrase, and I remember that incident, I basically grounded that whole feeling in me, and it was amazing. It was amazing feeling. I was still appreciative of the gesture. I was still appreciative of the present, but it was already something normal. I was like, okay, so this happened once, it could happen again. Let's see how it will get better. Don't think that you will sound greedy to the universe. No, you will not, because it's the energy, and if you will adjust the energy inside of you, I mean, the energy outside of you will adjust as well. You see, there are people who, like I read somewhere that Melania Trump never wears the same shoes again. So she wears only one time the shoes, and then she donates them. You see, I mean, nothing wrong in that. So it's just the energy inside of you. I mean, there's nothing wrong in like in being bougie or high maintenance or something like that. So don't feel bad. Again, something good happens to you. How can it get better than this? It could be anything, you know. It could be really, really anything. You wake up and there is sun out of nowhere. I mean, it was supposed to rain, and you're like, my God, how can it get better than this? Or you go for a walk and I don't know what could be on the walk. You go for a walk and you buy water for less than usually. So usually it's couple dollars and you buy it for 50 cents, and you're like, feeling lucky today. How can it get better than this? Or you go into a grocery store and you go to Costco and your favorite pecan pie is half price. I'm not sure, but you got my point. Everything has to be grounded, and you should expect the same good things again and again. Don't listen to that inner voice of your parents that used to say, don't be greedy. Be greedy. This is okay, you know, it's okay. Just your energy, adjust it, and then the universe will cater to greedy you. I'm telling you, I did it for myself. Nobody got upset with me yet, so be greedy. And the last one, I said the last for the best. The gratitude about something in the future. So we all know about the gratitude, and the gratitude is a good practice if you do it. If you maybe write in the mornings or in the evenings. I did it different ways. I had a little notebook where I used to write, like, it was very small. I showed it one of the videos, and I used to carry it with me in the bag, and every time I had something to be grateful for, I would write it down. It was a long time ago, like maybe, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago. But then I had a different notebook where I would write what I was grateful for this day. There was also, I used to do it in the mornings where I was grateful for something in my life. So I did it differently. Now, there is also something that I would encourage you to do, and I do it myself. I feel gratitude about something in the future. So something didn't even happen, and I'm already grateful for it. One of my colleagues, Reiki masters as well, she does it all the time, and I got inspired. I was like, so she's a Reiki master, and she's a Reiki master that specializes in Reiki cosmetology. So she basically uses the energy to rejuvenate people. I did it too, but I'm not doing it actively. I'm not practicing it. The same as healing. I don't practice healing really, but she does. This is her business. She has her own like clinic, and that's what she does. And she always feels gratitude for the energy before even she sends the energy. She also feels gratitude for the clients that never even showed up yet. She always feels gratitude for the new clients that she doesn't even have yet. And she said it's really working for her. Maybe why I don't practice Reiki cosmetology, because I don't really see how I can even market it. How I'm going to tell people I can make you younger just with energy. I mean, it's a little hard to approach. Maybe even it's hard for me to believe, even though I do practice it myself, but still. So, but she does it, and because she does it, because she uses this gratitude, I mean, she really believes in this, and she's like in her 50s, she looked like in her 30s. So anyways, the whole point is that she inspired me to do that, and this is what I started to do. I started doing it a long time ago. I still was employed in my finance career, and I basically was given gratitude to the client. So I looked at my calendar. Okay, I'm meeting with this guy today, and this is what I wanted to speak to him about. And maybe if he would be okay, I will upsell him something that he would be fine with. So maybe I see that his portfolio could be changed a little bit, or maybe I can refer him to somebody else. He's opening a new business, he can benefit from a business loan or something. So I would feel gratitude that he agreed with me even before he would show up. And then when he would show up, I would again do that. So I would be like, thank you for agreeing. I know this is the best solution for you right now. And to my surprise, that was really it was really interesting to observe, because people would really agree to everything. Like if before they would maybe give me a hard time, they would be like, okay, let me think about this, I don't know, I have to talk to my business partner, I have to talk to my wife, I have to talk to Tooth Fairy, I don't know, they always have to talk to somebody. But this time they would be like, yeah, sure, sounds amazing. I mean, if you know me, you know me. I never recommend nothing. I think that's why my bosses were not always happy with me, because I would not recommend unless it really benefits the client. But clients always, they like to be difficult somewhat. And I noticed that they were really happy. They were really okay with doing something that I would suggest to them. There was no, as I always say, my last year at my work, I mean, I was just chilling. Everything was so smooth. My bonuses were like the largest, and it was just an easy, basically, work all around. I had the perfect team. Everything was perfect, because again, I used the energy. But that's how I started to use gratitude for something in the future. And then when I stopped my career, there was like a little break. I moved to Miami. I traveled a little bit. Then I moved to Miami. Then I was like a little lost, because now I'm not working. I'm not sure. I mean, I was doing my candles, but I understand that this is not enough, that I have to do something else. And I was lost. I was lost in me, and I forgot about some of this practice, most of all. Mostly I was just working on my energy. That's all I was doing. and acquainting myself with the new with the new state and the new city and everything. And then I started it again. I started doing it again. I would give gratitude to a restaurant before I would go in to eat. That's how I found Pura Vida. If you're in Miami, you know. Actually, my mom was leaving, and we were supposed to go for lunch to another place, and that place was packed. And I put an intention. Okay, the next one we're going would be great. And I was just, while we were driving, because we had like this much of time, and we had to eat somewhere. And while we were driving, I was like, thank you for being great, and thank you for having the space, and thank you for the amazing food. And it was Pura Vida in Aventura, and we stopped by there, and it was really amazing. And I was going there for some time. So, and I think they owe me for advertising them. No. I mean, so this is how I started again. I started giving gratitude towards. I don't do it all the time because the ego prevails. Sometimes I wouldn't lie, and I start defending myself instead of giving the gratitude. You see, sometimes I'm being masculine instead of remembering that my strength is inside, and I don't need to fight the outside. I just need to be somewhat grateful. And this is what I do. So before I travel, before I go to another place, I start giving gratitude to that place before I even step my foot in there. Before my flight, I always do I would do it for like a couple minutes. That's for the most. As long as you have this feeling that the other country or the other city is really waiting for you, is really wanting to be nice to you. I give thanks to my future hosts, to Airbnb hosts, and I just enjoy this practice a lot. I don't do it all the time. Again, unfortunately, I wish I do it more. Like if I am in my comfort zone, if I'm in my routine, I don't do it. I wish I do it, as I said, more, and I think I will. Maybe this video is a sign for me to use it more. So. But when I need to, I send gratitudes for outcomes that I want. So, for example, when I put this video, I wanted to have at least 100 hours of views. So I would say thank you for the video, for YouTube, for all the viewers that will see it. Just love to live with huge windows. You can see everything. And I would just on and on and on like this. I wish I would be more disciplined with myself like that. Or, for example, if I... what else could I do in my life with the gratitude? For example, I'm asking... Oh, this is perfect for all of you. For my clients, I always say, if you ask a man for a present, right, you're creating somewhat energetic pressure. Whether you want it or not, you're still hoping for that present, and he knows that he has to get it or something instead, because otherwise it would kind of feel awkward. So instead of you worrying over there, is he going to give me, is he not, is he going to give me, is he not, you can basically just say, thank you for giving me this gift, thank you for being so nice to me, thank you for being a man I love or I admire, like this. And the more you feel gratitude, the more he will feel inclined, like, yeah, she's such a great girl, let me go and buy her this gift or whatever she wants. This would be ideal, really. I actually work with the client with her on the consultation. We would sit for 10 minutes like this together, me and her, and I would be like, okay, let's do the gratitudes for this guy, let's do gratitudes for this guy, and we would just sit and we would send the gratitudes. And while we have a consultation, one of them will send her something like maybe a Zelle money or something. So there would be some kind of response almost right away. Again, she was energy of fire, so she was very fast in manifesting anything. All she needed is basically discipline and focus. And I was her discipline and focus at that time. But what I want to say, it does really work. And if you are counting on another person, if you depend on another person, start with gratitude. That would be probably the best, because otherwise You cannot really force another person, especially if another person is masculine, to do something, because this is a masculinity's prerogative. If you're going to act masculine and demand him that present, demand the present from him, I mean, he probably will react instead of react not the way you would want him to react. So get rid of that, get rid of demanding, and start instead being grateful. And you will be surprised. He will be like, I don't know why, but I want to give you this. And I had it. I had it with a few people that I did, with a few men, and they were like, I don't know. I remember even one guy, he told me, I think you're a witch because you put a spell on me. I don't know why, but I wanted to do it for you. And I'm like, sure, I am. But that's what it is. So it's really, really helpful. And these are the five manifesting tricks that I do. Again, to sum it up. Manifesting is always feminine. So if you're a woman, if you are a feminine person, if you are inspired to be feminine, I mean, you're already more powerful than men. Men are powerful outside. They can go and get it. Now, if you are not a man, if you're not masculine, then you should do what I do. You should manifest things in your life. Like me, you see, I'm introverted. And I already brought this example because I have another video, Femininity and Manifesting. I will put this as well in the description of this one. And I will tell you, it's hard for me to go and meet people, network. I'm not like that. I am not I'm not as active. So I hope for the best that people will find me, that somebody will be referred to me like that. Again, because I'm feminine, because I'm a woman, and because it's easier for me. So if you're like this, manifesting is for you. Now, these are the 5 things that I do. Maybe you can use some of them. Maybe you can share in the comments what you do. Would also really love to hear. The first one is intention. I try to put intention on everything, especially when I go to sleep. Because when I'm sleeping, my energy is resting, my body is resting, my mind is resting, even my consciousness is resting. So while they're all resting, I mean, why not to heal? Why not to program myself for something? I also put intention when I'm doing something important. Like meeting with my clients, or going on a date, or traveling to a new place, or getting a new apartment or something. So it's always, I always put intention. I try to do it all the time, and I really recommend you to do it as well. The second one is I recreate a particular feeling that I want. So if I want excitement in my life, I will create the excitement in me. I remember last time it was in Albania. I was with my sister on vacation, and I felt like it was just like everything was amazing. We were going to these amazing places, but it looked like a routine, you know, get in the car, go get the coffee on the way, go see that historic places, and go to the beach. It was like not exciting. And I remember I was laying in bed while my sister was preparing her breakfast, and I was just creating this excitement in me. Excitement you create in the second chakra, right? And the second and fourth, and you involve the third one. So I was just creating out of nowhere, out of thin air, and it became much more exciting. We started finding, like I said, enjoying much more of everything, and it became exciting. You can rate the feeling of unexpected money coming in, of wealth, of being loved, of being held by a man, of all this stuff. The third one I do is the resourceful state. Resourceful state is the separate video, I'll put it in, but it's the state when you already have what you most desire. So imagine you're already wealthy, it's been like half a year since you are wealthy. What are your next steps? So you're already married and have a kid. What are your next steps as a wife and a mother? What are you doing throughout the day? The resourceful state also good because sometimes we think that we will be happy. Like I have this friend, I mean, she's amazing. She always wanted to be married and have kids. Always, since I remember her, and I know her for maybe 15 years now. And she did. She got married and she have a child. Right now, every time I call her, she's always complaining. She always tells me, I didn't imagine it would be like this. And I'm like, well, how did you imagine? And she's like, I never knew. I always thought, like, it was very vague. I have a husband and a kid. That was like a goal in life. And now apparently this is not what she wants, but she already has a husband and a kid. You can't just so resourceful state is great because you can see yourself, you can really imagine what you will be doing once you have that what you want to have. The fourth one is the expression that I always use, how can it get better than this? I always use it, and I encourage you to do it. This ground your amazing feeling. It doesn't look like it never happened to you. Like, you are ready to accept it. You're just ready, you are calm, and you're I was watching this interview with this lottery player. He won a few times the lottery, and it was not like a small wins. It was 100,000 each, I think. At least one was like a 700,000 something. So, and when the interviewer was like, when you first won, were you like impressed? And he's like, well, it was almost normal to me, like this. So you see, because it was almost normal to him, he was able to win and again. And that's probably why he was good with money, why he was able to invest them and to live off them. So always, how can it get better than this? And the fifth one is the gratitude about something in the future. So if you really want something to happen, start feeling gratitude. If you're looking for a house to buy and you really don't know where to get it, and you really don't know whether you can find within your budget, start saying thank you to the house, to the realtor who is looking for you, to the agent or whatever, and just thank you for my most amazing house that I'm able to buy, like this. Okay, that's it. I hope I entertained you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you will use all these techniques. Please do, especially if you have strong energy and you can focus your mind really right. This would be perfect for you. You can really design your life. Otherwise, why would you even work with your energy and your mind if you could not design your life? So do use them, design your life as you want, and let me know about your techniques that you like to use. Maybe I can implement them. Maybe there's something that I forgot. And send this video to whoever can benefit from it. There are a lot of people I know will benefit from it, and I will send them myself. But if you have friends that are kind of struggling, that are maybe a little desperate, maybe this video can inspire them, especially right now with the holidays and everything. All right, thank you everybody. Please do like, follow, and comment, and I will see you in the next video. Happy holidays and enjoy your day. Bye everybody.